My name is Duane Deterville. I'm a visual artist and a writer and scholar of visual culture. And a good deal of my focus in both my artwork and my writing has to do with African and African diasporic visual culture, black visual culture.
I'm Refa and spray can muralist. I've been working as a revolutionary artist for almost 30 years now, and I'm the director of a Pan-African spray can art organization called Archival, and I'm one of the primary organizers of the Open Rooms.
From our standpoint, and I'm glad you mentioned the Open Rooms Art Collective. This is the art collective that we founded together. Yeah, absolutely, we still need alternative spaces because we live underneath a neo-European nation state, Western nation state that has some pretty oppressive practices in regards to African people. And our focus is, liberation for African people, spiritually, intellectually, physically, etc. and so forth. So space is very important.
Instead of saying alternate spaces, we need safe black African spaces where we can find points of unity with other struggling people in terms of our allies that are struggling against the same system of white supremacy. That's cool. But our particular plight in the world right now requires African people to have safe black African spaces. So I'm definitely an advocate for that and working to build it and support it wherever I can in the African diaspora. So absolutely.
The Bay Area is known for having these alternative spaces, a whole myriad of them. I'm sure there's many of them that I'm completely unaware of. The ones that come to mind for me are the ones that have to do with the black experience specifically. There have been the Black House over here that was founded by people like Marvin X and Eldridge Cleaver, and spaces surrounding where we introduced the Black Arts movement in the late 1960s and early 70s, these alternative theaters and alternative cafe poetry spaces, these kind of hybrid spaces where you have jazz and poetry, etc. and so forth happening in the same space. And so, yeah, those kind of alternative spaces have a certain history with black folk.
I think now more than ever it's important for us to have these spaces to express ourselves, particularly as African artists. Here we are 40 and 50 years later after some of the spaces he described were created, and now there's been a disintegration of that, or I should say it's been attacked. Black power in terms of an organized movement didn't just disappear. It was attacked brutally by the system of capitalism and white supremacy. And so now we are at a stage where we need to rebuild those particular creative institutions and spaces and create space for that.